Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. Those pigs and birds from the famous mobile games are back, but this time they're working together. What happens when you put the creator of Flapjack in charge of the newest Sony Animation movie? This is the Angry Birds movie 2. I thought the first movie was okay, mildly amusing, but it seemed to rely too heavily on puns, and a lot of it felt like build-up towards using the familiar game elements. For the sequel, the folks at Sony Animation, including director Thorpe Van Orman, have been given the freedom to take the birds and pigs in a new direction. This time, they're participating in a heist as they try to stop the leader of Eagle Island from destroying their homes. This results in many hilarious gags that take full advantage of what animation is capable of. While I occasionally chuckled during the first Angry Birds movie, I was continuously laughing during the course of the sequel. Some of the funnier gags are the more visual ones, where the animators are allowed to let loose. The best bit involves the eagle disguise and the wild mannerisms it contorts itself in. That wonderful looseness categorizes a lot of the movie. Each character is given plenty to do, and they're even fleshed out a bit more. The mighty eagle got on my nerves in the first one, but he actually made me laugh this time around. There's also a subplot with these hatchlings that at first seems like a detour, but Van Orman took it in such hilariously unexpected directions that I felt it managed to earn its place in the story. The voice cast does a good job too, especially Rachel Bloom as Chuck's super intelligent sister Silver. Is the story anything special? Not really, but the Angry Birds movie 2 is basically a feature-length Looney Tunes cartoon, and you can tell how much fun Van Orman and the animators had putting it together. By the way, the short that precedes the movie, titled Hair Love, is an excellent bonus. It's a beautiful hand-drawn short about a father trying to give his daughter a haircut, and it's incredibly touching. This package shows how Sony Pictures Animation is experimenting in all sorts of different ways. Next up, three immature tweens get into some mischief in the comedy Good Boys. At first glance, Good Boys seems like your standard comedy that deals with children swearing and getting into adult situations. And yeah, that is what it entails, as the movie is pretty much like a live-action version of South Park. However, the filmmakers managed to come up with plenty of funny gags. There is genuine humor built out of these young lads misunderstanding adult things, because I think we've all been there at some point when we were their age. Major credit for the movie working definitely goes to the three leads. Jacob Tremblay, Keith L. Williams, and Brady Noon work great together, and you really get a sense of how long these characters have been childhood friends. Their chemistry goes a long way towards making the jokes work. It also helps that a solid story has been crafted around them, one with a ticking clock and genuine adversaries that attempt to thwart them. The adult actors also add a lot to the comedy, including Will Forte as Tremblay's father, Sam Richardson as an annoyed policeman, and Stephen Merchant as someone they try to do a business transaction with. Good Boys is hardly a groundbreaking comedy by any means, and it doesn't necessarily cover new ground, but at the end of the day, what matters is if it's funny and if we buy into the characters and their world. I thought it succeeded on those fronts, and I recommend Good Boys. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.